Let me ask you something real. When you open your eyes in the morning, do you feel like your body's already a step behind? Do your joints whisper before you even sit up? Do you lie there for a moment, not because you're lazy, but because everything just takes more effort than it used to? You're not alone. A lot of people over 65 feel like mornings sneak up on them like a thief, stealing energy before the day's even begun. But what if I told you that how you start your morning could change everything? Not just how you feel, but how you move, think, and live the rest of your day. Seriously. What if the first 30 minutes after you wake up could either fuel your freedom, or quietly chip away at it? Most folks don't realize this, but after a certain age, mornings aren't just another part of the day. They're the foundation. And like any foundation, if it's shaky, everything built on top starts to wobble. You see, after 65, every little habit either pulls you closer to vitality, or nudges you slowly toward struggle. And the way you start your day? That sets the tone for your body, your mind, and your mood. Maybe you've noticed this. Some mornings you feel a little sharper, a little steadier, and everything just flows better. Other mornings? It's like wading through molasses. And no one ever really talks about it. They say, that's just aging. But you and I both know, that's not the full story. What if you could take back a little control? Not with pills or complicated routines, but with a few simple, intentional steps. Ones that give you more energy, more clarity, and yes, more freedom. That's what we're diving into today. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 easy morning steps that are specifically designed for people over 65. Each one backed by simple logic, not fluff. And step number 3? That one surprises almost everyone. But it just might be the missing link to a better day. So, stick with me. This isn't about perfection. It's about feeling a little better tomorrow than you did today. It's about small wins that add up to big freedom. Now before we jump in, I'd love to hear from you. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Stretch? Pray? Check the clock and groan? Drop it in the comments. I read every one of them. And hey, if you care about aging with strength, dignity, and peace of mind, go ahead and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is your space. Your journey. And I'm just here to walk beside you. Let's get started. Let's make your mornings work for you. Here's the first step, simple, powerful, and often overlooked: hydrate before anything else. Now I know, that sounds almost too simple. But let me tell you a little story. There's a woman I know, Edith. She's 72. Smart, sharp, full of wisdom, but for the past year, she'd been feeling drained. She told me, I wake up tired, I make my coffee, and I still feel like I haven't really woken up. Her doctor checked her heart. Her daughter thought it was stress. But guess what it really came down to? She just wasn't drinking water. See, every night, even when we're sleeping, we lose water. Through our breath. Through our skin. Our bodies quietly dry out while we rest. And for older adults, that matters even more. Because as we age, our body's ability to signal thirst gets weaker. You might not feel thirsty, but that doesn't mean your body isn't desperate for hydration. And that dry, sluggish feeling when you first wake up? The dizziness when you stand too fast? The foggy brain that doesn't kick into gear until lunchtime? That could be dehydration talking. Not aging. Not illness. Just water. But here's the catch, most people wait. They shuffle to the kitchen, they brew their coffee, maybe they have breakfast first. But by then, their body's already struggling to catch up. So let me offer you this: before your feet even touch the floor, drink a glass of water. Keep it on your nightstand. Make it the first thing your body receives in the morning. Because water isn't just about thirst. It's about circulation. It's about brain function. It's about giving your cells the fuel they need to carry you through the day. And no, you don't need to gulp down a whole bottle. Just one glass. Room temperature. Gentle. Let it wake up your insides before you go waking up the world. It's such a small thing, but it can bring a noticeable difference in your clarity, balance, even your mood. Edith told me, it was like flipping on a light switch. Everything got just a little easier. And isn't that what we all want at this stage? For things to feel just a little easier. So, step 1 is simple: before the coffee, before the phone, before the news, hydrate. But hydration? That's just one part of the puzzle. Because once your body is awake on the inside, it's time to help it move. Let's talk about what your body really needs next, especially if you want to stay steady, strong, and mobile throughout the day. Let's move on to step 2. So now your body's been rehydrated. It's like watering a dry plant first thing in the morning. It perks up. It gets ready to grow. But hydration alone isn't enough. There's one more thing your body craves before it can really start the day on the right foot. Movement. Gentle, easy, doable movement. Let me tell you about George. He's 68. Spent most of his life working with his hands, always active. But after retirement, he noticed mornings became a challenge. He'd wake up stiff, aching from head to toe. He said to me, "I thought I was turning into a statue." His knees hated the stairs. His back groaned every time he bent over. And then, one day, his doctor gave him a tip so simple, he almost didn't take it seriously: stretch in the morning. Just 5 minutes. So, George gave it a shot. No gym, no yoga mat, no fancy routine, just a few shoulder rolls, some ankle circles, a gentle stretch of the arms and legs while sitting on the edge of the bed. And you know what happened? He said, stairs stopped feeling like mountains. I actually look forward to getting up now. Why does that work? Because during sleep, your circulation slows down. Your joints aren't moving. Your muscles cool off. You wake up with everything tight and stiff. Not because you're broken, but because your body's been resting for hours. And here's the thing, when you don't move in the morning, that stiffness just lingers. It settles in. You feel older than you really are. But gentle movement? It's like turning on the engine of a car after it's been sitting in the cold. The oil starts to flow. The parts warm up. And suddenly, everything runs a little smoother. Now, a common mistake people make, especially after 65, is thinking that rest is better than motion. I don't want to push myself, they say. I'm not young anymore. But here's the truth, rest is important, but too much rest can make you weaker. Inactivity stiffens your muscles. It makes balance harder. It increases the risk of falling. And the longer you stay still, the more your body forgets how to move well. So, what can you do that's safe and simple? You don't need to break a sweat. This isn't a workout, it's a wake-up. Start with ankle circles while you're still in bed, gently roll your feet, side to side, round and round. Then try shoulder rolls. Bring them up to your ears, then roll them back and down. Do a gentle twist at the waist while seated, slowly, with your breath. Even seated yoga poses can be perfect. You're not trying to become flexible, you're just reminding your body how to move with ease. It's not about intensity. It's about mobility. It's about freedom. And just like George, you might be surprised by how much 5 minutes of movement changes everything, from how you walk, to how you feel emotionally throughout the day. So, after that first glass of water, don't rush. Don't grab your phone. Don't dive into the day. Take a few minutes for yourself. Let your body know, we're ready. Let's move. And now that you've awakened your body, it's time to turn the lights on in your mind. Because the next step? It's all about clarity, focus, and a calm sense of control. Let's move on to step 3. Mental clarity. Let me tell you about Mary. She's 70 years old, retired from a long career in nursing. Always busy, always thinking of others, rarely paused for herself. She told me once, I'd wake up with my mind racing. Bills, doctor's appointments, aches, the news, it made her feel anxious before her day even began. But then she started something small, just 3 minutes. Every morning, she sat down and wrote 3 things she was grateful for. At first, she felt silly. What good can that possibly do, she said. But within a couple of weeks, her mood began to shift. She smiled more. She forgot fewer things. She told me, I finally felt present. Like I had some control again. And here's why that works. When we wake up, our cortisol levels, our stress hormone, are naturally higher. That's not bad, it's our body preparing us for the day. But if left unmanaged, it can leave us feeling jittery, overwhelmed, or even sad. Especially in our later years, when changes in routine or health can make things feel uncertain. So, a mental ritual in the morning? It's not fluff. It's not woo-woo. It's a science-backed way to calm your mind, lower your blood pressure, and protect your emotional resilience, something we all need as we age. Unfortunately, a lot of people skip this. They say, I don't have time, or, that's not for me. But let me ask you this. If 3 minutes a day could bring more peace, more focus, and even support your brain health over time, why not try? And it doesn't have to be journaling. There's no right or wrong here. You could sit quietly and visualize your day, see yourself getting dressed with ease, enjoying your breakfast, calling a friend. You could do a simple breathing exercise, inhale for 4 seconds, hold, then exhale slowly for 6. Repeat that 5 times. That's it. Or simply sit with your tea or coffee in silence, and whisper to yourself 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude, breathwork, quiet reflection, these are small anchors. And in a world that feels fast, noisy, and sometimes uncertain, anchors are everything. Mary once told me, it was the first time in years I felt like I was steering the ship again. And isn't that what we want? Not just to float through the day, but to guide it with intention. So now that you've cared for your body, and calmed your mind, let's move into nourishment. Because the next step is about fueling yourself, in a way that keeps you energized, steady, and strong all day long. Let's talk about step 4. Now that your body's moving, and your mind is clear, it's time to give your engine the fuel it really needs. Let's talk about breakfast, but not just any breakfast. A protein-rich, digestive-friendly one. Let me share Henry's story. Henry's 73, always been active. But after retiring, he got into the habit of skipping breakfast. He'd wake up, have a cup of tea, maybe a piece of toast, and carry on with his day. Then the dizzy spell started. At first, he thought it was his blood pressure, or just age catching up to him. But after a visit to his doctor and a few changes in his routine, something clicked. He began adding a small protein smoothie in the morning, just some Greek yogurt, a handful of berries, and a scoop of protein powder. Within a few days, the dizziness eased. He felt more alert. He even said, "It's like I found a hidden battery I didn't know I had." Here's what most people don't realize: after age 65, our bodies naturally start losing muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia. And unless we're giving our body the building blocks it needs, like protein, we lose strength faster than we think. Protein in the morning isn't just for gym goers. It helps you stabilize your blood sugar, maintain energy throughout the day, and even supports brain function. It literally gives your cells what they need to keep going strong. But here's where a lot of folks go wrong: they reach for what's easy. A piece of toast. A couple of biscuits. Maybe just a banana and tea. Now, those foods aren't bad, but on their own, they don't give you lasting energy. They spike your blood sugar quickly, then it crashes. That's when the fatigue hits. The brain fog. The wobbliness when you stand. So, what should you eat instead? Don't overthink it. Try eggs, scrambled, boiled, or even poached. Add in a slice of avocado or a sprinkle of cheese for healthy fat. Greek yogurt is another fantastic choice, rich in protein and easy to digest. Toss in some berries or a few chopped nuts for fiber. Not a fan of heavy meals in the morning? That's okay. Go for a small protein shake. You can keep it simple. Almond milk, a banana, a scoop of protein powder, maybe a spoonful of peanut butter. If you need extra support with digestion, add fiber, a small bowl of oats, a side of fruit, even chia seeds in your smoothie. This keeps things moving smoothly, if you know what I mean. And remember, this isn't about counting calories or dieting. It's about nourishing your body so you feel steady, balanced, and strong from the moment your day begins. Henry told me, I didn't think breakfast mattered anymore. But now? I never skip it. It sets the tone for everything. So now that your body is fueled, and your energy is steady, we move to the final piece of your morning puzzle. It's not about food. It's not about stretching. It's about something much deeper. Connection. Let's head into step 5. You've hydrated your body, you've moved your muscles, you've centered your mind, you've nourished yourself. But there's one more piece, and it might just be the most important of all. Connection. Purpose. Let me tell you about Elaine. Elaine's 76. She lives alone, and like many folks her age, her mornings used to be quiet. Not peaceful quiet, lonely quiet. But something changed. She made a decision. Every morning, before doing anything else, she'd call her daughter. Just to say good morning. Just to hear her voice. It's not a long conversation. Sometimes it's just a minute. But she says it makes her feel like she matters, like she's still woven into someone's life. That little call? It became the spark that gave her days meaning again. And this isn't just heartwarming, it's science. When you connect with someone, when you feel seen, heard, or even just useful, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. Those are the feel-good chemicals, the ones that help fight off sadness, boost motivation, and even reduce pain. And for older adults, those chemicals can play a huge role in preventing depression, supporting memory, and even increasing lifespan. But here's the trap: some people think purpose has to be big. They imagine volunteering at a hospital, writing a book, starting a non-profit. No. Purpose isn't about size. It's about meaning. It can be as simple as watering your plants, knowing they rely on you. Or feeding the birds outside your window, because their presence lifts your spirit. It could be prayer or reflection, writing a note to a friend, or even checking in with a neighbor who lives alone. One small ritual that reminds you you're part of something, a family, a community, a world that still values you. That's the key. And it's not about fixing loneliness in one day. It's about anchoring your morning to something greater than just yourself. Because when you start your day with purpose, everything else, your energy, your focus, your health, falls into alignment. Elaine said to me once, when I hang up that phone, I don't just feel loved, I feel alive. So, whether it's a phone call, a prayer, a smile in the mirror, or just taking care of something small, do it with intention. And now, when we step back, and look at all 5 of these steps together, what do they really mean? What are they truly giving you? Let's take a deeper look. Let's take a breath together. Because aging isn't easy. Some mornings, it feels like your body's forgotten how to move. The stairs feel steeper. Your reflection looks different. And sometimes, you wake up wondering if anyone even notices you're still here. Those feelings? They're real. And they're valid. Getting older brings changes, in your body, in your energy, in your relationships. Some days are stiff. Some days are slow. Some days feel a little too quiet. That's hard. But here's the truth I want you to hold on to right now: you are not powerless. You have more control than you think. Not over everything, but over how you begin your day. Over how you treat your body, your mind, and your spirit, starting the moment you open your eyes. These 5 steps we've talked about, they're not some magic fix. They're not about pretending you're 30 again. They're not about chasing youth. No. They're about something far more important: embracing today. Being awake. Being aware. Being alive. Because energy isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's spiritual. And when you start your morning with intention, you set the tone for how you'll walk through the rest of your day, not just with energy, but with purpose. And here's the beautiful part: you don't have to do it all at once. Try just one step tomorrow morning. Maybe it's a glass of water. Maybe it's a moment of quiet gratitude. Maybe it's that call to someone you love. See how your day feels. Then the next day, maybe add another. Slowly. Gently. Let these steps become part of the rhythm of your life. And know this: you are not alone. There are thousands of others, right now, right here in this very community, who are choosing to age with awareness. With strength. With grace. With heart. You are part of that movement. And if no one has told you this recently, let me be the one to say it: you matter. You are still growing. You are still needed. And your mornings, they can still be beautiful. Because aging isn't the end of the story. It's a new chapter, and it can be one filled with clarity, connection, and quiet power. So, keep going. Keep choosing to show up. One morning at a time. You've got this. Let's take a moment to gently bring everything together. You've just learned 5 simple, powerful steps to start your day with more energy and greater freedom. They don't require fancy equipment. They don't take a lot of time. And best of all, they're fully in your hands. Let's quickly recap. Step 1, hydrate early. A single glass of water before your feet even touch the floor can lift the fog and give your body what it craves most after a long night: fluid. Step 2, stretch gently. Just 5 minutes of movement can unlock your joints, wake up your circulation, and remind your body it's ready for the day. Step 3, clear your mind. Whether it's journaling, breathing, or a quiet moment of gratitude, your peace begins inside. Start there. Step 4, eat protein. Fuel your muscles and your mind with breakfast that supports, not drains, your energy. Step 5, find connection. Speak, pray, listen, water your plants, anything that reminds you, you're not alone in this world. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these steps do you already follow? And just as important, which one will you try tomorrow morning? Let's talk about it in the comments. Because this isn't just a video. It's a conversation. And your voice matters here. If this message resonated with you, if you felt seen, if you felt even a little more prepared to face your day, then I gently invite you to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is a space where aging is not something we fear. It's something we embrace. Together. With compassion, honesty, and strength. So, take what you've learned today and carry it into tomorrow, not with pressure, but with kindness toward yourself. Every morning is a new chance. A fresh start. An opportunity to move, to breathe, to nourish, to connect, and to live well. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. Thank you for choosing to care for yourself. Stay strong. Stay mindful. And remember, you are not finished growing. I'll see you in the next video.